The United States began 2025 with a series of horrifying events that cast a shadow over the New Year's atmosphere. In New Orleans, a madman drove a car into a crowd, killing at least 15 people on the first day of the year. The incident became more serious when he carried a symbol that terrified anyone who saw it. Just over 5 hours later, the United States continued to be shaken when Trump Tower in Las Vegas, a symbol associated with former President Donald Trump, was engulfed in smoke and fire. A Tesla Cybertruck exploded and turned into a fireball right outside Mr. Trump's hotel. Tesla, a product created by Elon Musk, a close ally of Mr. Trump, was initially suspected of having a technical error. But most opinions pointed to the hypothesis that this was an intentional act. The incident occurred less than 3 weeks before Mr. Donald Trump was expected to return to the White House, raising questions about a warning blow aimed at the president-elect. The question is, are these two incidents related? And if so, what force is behind the direction? On the first day of 2025, the festive atmosphere on Canal Street, New Orleans was shattered by a horrific attack. The perpetrator, Jabba, drove a pickup truck straight into a crowd gathered to celebrate the new year. The incident happened too quickly for the police and residents to react, killing at least 15 people and injuring 35 others. The scene after the crash was described as a war zone, with injured people crying and bodies lying motionless on the road. Jabba's actions were determined to be intentional. He carried the flag of the Islamic State, IS, the symbol of one of the world's most notorious terrorist forces. This immediately raised concerns that the incident was not the work of a single individual but could be organized or inspired by a global terrorist network. The incident not only caused loss of life but also deeply damaged the community's psychology, especially when it happened on New Year's Day, a time of hope and new beginnings. Jabba's actions showed clear calculation. As he passed the police checkpoint, accelerated and drove into the crowd without warning. This event highlighted the fragility of public security, especially in crowded places. This is not only a terrorist attack but also a painful reminder of the security challenges that the United States is facing. Jabba, the perpetrator of the horrific car crash, is a character with a complicated and notable past. He served in the U.S. Army from 2007 to 2015 and was deployed to Afghanistan, a hotspot in the U.S. war on terror. His military background may have equipped him with certain knowledge and skills, which made his actions more dangerous. However, Jabba's post-military life was in shambles, both financially and emotionally. Jabba was a human resources and information technology specialist in the military. But after his discharge, he was unable to maintain stability in his personal life. His second marriage ended in 2022. Leading to serious financial difficulties, including large credit card debts and losses in his real estate business. This created an image of a man driven to the edge, driven to extremes by financial pressure and social isolation. Notably, Jabba had posted a video on social media hours before the car crash, expressing his intention to follow the Islamic State organization to harm others. This was not only a warning sign but also showed the dangerous level of extremist ideology he had adopted. The influence of IS, whether direct or indirect, transformed him from a disaffected individual into a full-fledged terrorist. Jabba's record, including his military service, financial hardship, and mental instability, is a warning about the potential pitfalls in managing and supporting veterans after they leave the military. It also raises major questions about preventing individuals from becoming radicalized, especially as international terrorist networks increasingly use technology to influence the psychology and ideology of people like Jabba. While the United States is still reeling from one of the deadliest attacks in recent years in New Orleans, Las Vegas is now in the spotlight. At 8:40 a.m. on January 1, 2025, a horrific explosion occurred at the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. A Tesla Cybertruck, identified as a rental car, exploded and caught fire while parked in front of the hotel. The incident killed one person, gender unknown, and injured 7 others. Notably, the fire did not appear to be a typical electric vehicle battery explosion. Video footage of the scene showed the fire coming from the trunk of the car, which contained multiple explosive devices, including fireworks, gas tanks, and camping fuel. A series of small explosions followed, creating a fireworks-like scene, clearly suggesting that the car was designed to explode on a pre-planned schedule. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has denied any mechanical faults with the car. He said the Cybertruck was a rental vehicle and the cause of the explosion was an external explosive device, not the Tesla's battery system. Analysts pointed out that the pressure from the explosion spread from inside the trunk, which is not common in accidents or spontaneous fires in electric vehicles. This further strengthens the theory that this was a deliberate act of terrorism. Initial evidence suggests that the vehicle was parked very shortly before the explosion, raising suspicions that it was used as a mobile explosive device. The explosion could be seen as a threat aimed at Mr. Trump or individuals and organizations related to him, including Elon Musk, a close ally. The link between the two incidents. The most notable aspect of both attacks is that the vehicle involved in the attack was rented through the Turo app, an online car rental platform. This is the only point of intersection between the two seemingly unrelated events: the pickup truck in the New Orleans attack and the Tesla Cybertruck in the Las Vegas explosion were both rented through the app. Turo, which has been described as the Airbnb of car rentals, allows customers to choose to rent specific models of cars from private owners. According to data, the app has about 350,000 vehicles operating in more than 16,000 cities, making it a popular tool for many car renters. Police discovered that both vehicles in the attacks were rented through Turo, from different locations but with the same unidentified users. Additionally, the Cybertruck in Las Vegas was rented in Colorado, and the license plate recognition system shows that it arrived in Las Vegas on the morning of January 1, 2025. Notably, the person who rented the Ford pickup in New Orleans also used Turo and rented it from a completely different location. While the rental owners were not directly involved, the use of the same ride-hailing app raises the question: is this just a coincidence, or a calculated tactic used by the same organization or individual? While there is no clear evidence to directly link the two events, the use of the same rental platform is a major point of suspicion, especially since the attacks occurred within hours of each other, were highly violent, and targeted iconic targets in the United States. Questions for the investigation: are the renters connected? Authorities are tracking down the identities of the person who rented the Cybertruck and the person who drove the pickup in New Orleans. If there is a connection between them, it raises the possibility of an organized attack network. Turo app exploited? Using Turo to rent cars opens up the possibility that technology platforms are being exploited to carry out terrorist acts. This could be a security gap that investigators need to look closely at. Do the incidents share a common goal? Both events were politically symbolic. The first targeted civilians and created a sense of panic. The second targeted the properties of Mr. Trump, who will soon become president. This could be a message to the U.S. government or Mr. Trump before his new term begins. The two attacks on the first day of the new year 2025 not only caused great human damage but also sent a profound message about the security challenges that await the United States, with Donald Trump set to return to the White House in just a few weeks. The incidents are seen as a clear warning of the political turmoil and social divisions that could erupt during his new term. In particular, the Las Vegas incident targeting Trump's icon, the hotel bearing his name, is highly symbolic, showing that the goal is not only to cause material or human harm but also to undermine Trump's reputation and image. Furthermore, the use of the Cybertruck, a symbol of modern technology from Tesla, founded by Elon Musk, as an attack tool is also an indirect attack on Musk, a close ally of Trump. This emphasizes that the forces behind it seem to be targeting not just an individual but the entire network of power around Trump. On a social level, these incidents highlight the fragility of the security system and the vulnerability of people to terrorist attacks. These events not only cause panic among the public but also increase pressure on the incoming Trump administration. The deep political divisions and current socio-economic instability in the U.S. create more favorable conditions for extremist forces to exploit to carry out terrorist acts. Ultimately, the incident raises big questions about the responsibility of technology platforms like Turo in monitoring and controlling car rental activities. The loopholes in this system can become a potential tool for illegal activities if not strictly managed. The United States, therefore, faces not only traditional security challenges but also risks from the development of technology in the new era. Will all the mysteries behind these events be clarified? Who is behind them? And what is the real purpose? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find the video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on in-depth analysis of important world events.